there, this is Alex of Pacific Northwest Bible Journaling here on the Creative Retreat YouTube channel with the November Faith Art Box called Worthy of the Wait. This devotional, what timing. I can tell you I've poured over the message here and I've looked at all of these scriptures. I ended up selecting Psalm 130, which is called Awaiting Redemption, and I was inspired by this journaling card. I love the list there: faithful waiting, patient trusting, hopeful prayers, and prayerful hope. And last month I had happened to create a notebook page entry, so check that out. So when I saw this little piece of notebook paper in the faith-filled digital printables, I knew I wanted to use it. So I cut it out, and then I loved how it coordinated with this buffalo print check. And so I decided I would use that, what I had not used yet, to create a pocket. All I did was cut it out and run some adhesive on the sides, just ensuring that it left enough room for the actual card itself. I ended up having to trim the card just slightly to make sure it slid in properly. You'll see me do that here. So when I read this particular passage, the whole passage really spoke to me. I love that phrase, more than watchmen wait for the morning. I think of the song that quotes this passage. I also really loved the verse 7 in Psalm 130 that said, Israel, put your hope in the Lord, for there is faithful love with the Lord. And so I ended up using the word faithful and alphas for the word love to kind of come to a main theme of this entry. The other part that really stood out to me was that the idea that because the world is fallible and the world is imperfect, it's not a perfect place to trust. It's not a perfect place to be safe. But in His faithful love, we can be safe. And so that really reminded me that our hope is in the Lord. And so that is what here I laid out in alphas along the bottom. I did just overlap them to make sure I could fit them on a piece of washi tape that came with the kit. So basically, the main parts up at the top of the paper and the paper pocket are from the Faithful digital printables, which you'd purchase in the store as well. But all I'm using for this entry is the kit itself. I end up using a little extra highlighter washi and a black pen. So that I love it when I can keep an entry to just what comes in the kit. Not only does it keep the entries cohesive, but I just love the idea of I don't need much beyond the kit supplies. So it really was kept simple. I put a little dove and some ephemera, little kind of art element stickers to accentuate both the tab at the top is a sticker, and then also at the bottom next to Hope in the Lord. I rip the washi because I like that raw edge, and then I do use the leftover on the bottom to tie the two parts together. I try to never waste any bits. And then I use just two coordinated colors, a pale pink and kind of a teal color of this Illustrated Faith highlighter washi. You could use anything you have on hand to draw the colors around and connect the colors. You could also use stickers from the kit itself if you didn't have some color coordinated washi tape. And then I will date stamp it and write my journaling entry. And that is it for this entry. I ended up getting to do it quickly, 15 minutes, and also love that with a pocket and the extra journaling card, there's so much extra journaling space. So I'm going to write right in the margin of my illustrating Bible an initial entry, but then I can write prayer requests or things that I want to keep even more personal so they don't show at first glance on the back of that journaling card. A wish list, hopes and dreams that I want to whisper to the Lord. That's how I kind of view the back sides of these little pocket type of cards, that where it feels a little more private if they're tucked in there. So on the actual entry where I write here in my own handwriting, this is what I wrote to the Lord. I said, help me, Lord. May I hope in you alone. May I rely on your faithful love, even when other things, spaces, and people do not feel safe. You are trustworthy. You are faithful. You are good. And amidst crazy 2020s here in my state, there are further stay-at-home orders, a time when you're doing risk analysis in your relationships and to try to figure out what exposures are okay. It's a lot of pressure. And if we remember to be good stewards of our bodies and our world, and also to hope in the Lord, to obey Him, then His faithful love reigns, and He reigns in our life. And that is such a beautiful thing about following the Lord. I hope you are encouraged, that you want to grab a kit, grab the Faithful Digitals, and dive into this awesome devotional worthy of the wait. If you want any information, links to purchase the kits, if you want to follow along with the other design team members as they do their awesome entries, you can follow along here on YouTube or in the Insiders group on Facebook. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel, give this video a thumbs up, or put your comments below. Any of the supplies that I used for this entry will be linked there. And we love to hear from you. What do you love about the kit? What is God teaching you? It is such an honor to dive into God's Word with you a couple of times each month here on the Creative Retreat YouTube channel. I hope you are inspired and you set to some awesome Bible journaling. Thanks for tuning in. This is Alex of PNW Bible Journaling with Creative Retreat.